June took place at the Swiss Institute in Rome, an event organized by Gamma Foundation in partner with Classi NBC, EU Social Taxonomy, looking to an equal and inclusive future from different perspectives. Giorgio Pradelli, CEO of EFG International and Gamma Foundation board member, tell us why Gamma Foundation chose this topic for this conference.
Indeed, I think the choice of the S of ESG was not an obvious choice given what's going on today, but I think that with all the challenges we have in the world, the S, the social component, the human factor, is going to be the critical element to try to solve all the tensions and all the challenges that we face, not only in terms of sustainability for the future and for the next generation, but also for today, for today's challenges. For us at EFG, coming to our microcosm and to our business world, S and being an employer of choice is a top priority. We believe that there is a critical correlation between having the top people, diversity, inclusion, good sense of purpose and good motivation. This will be a sort of a competitive advantage vis-à-vis the rest of the market.
Franco Polloni, head of Switzerland and Italy region of EFG and Gamma Foundation board member, specified why since 2021 Gamma board decided to refocus the foundation's conferences on ESG.
ESG is a crucial topic of everyday business and life. As Gamma Foundation, we want to support and promote the understanding and knowledge of different, sometimes known, aspects of ESG. In this sense, since 2021, the Foundation has been organizing series of webinars and conferences which explore environmental, social and corporate governance consideration from different angles. How good leadership can accelerate ESG compliant companies? How can equality and inclusion be promoted within a company, as well as how ESG should be targeted into investment processes and choices.
After the initial greeting by Monica Schmutz, Swiss ambassador in Italy, Andrea Beltratti, chairman of Gamma Foundation, told how much sustainability will impact on markets and finance.
We have clearly a potential trade-off between environmental, social objectives and economic activity. There is a big difference between environmental targets and social targets. Environmental targets depend on science. Social targets perhaps depend on philosophy, depend on social considerations, justice idea, law, and so on. So it's very difficult and it's very different to deal with the environmental taxonomy and the social taxonomy. Challenge number 2 is it right to have a unique taxonomy? Third challenge is mainly for asset managers and private bankers, and this is straight from the social taxonomy. Investors should prevent any social harm by insisting that companies implement systems to ensure human rights are respected.
Promote decent work, adequate living standards and inclusive communities. These are the objectives set by the social taxonomy of the European Union. Proof of this in the boom, alongside that of green bonds, social and impact bond issues. During the roundtable, Ioanna Archimandriti, EFG Global Head of Human Resources, Pierluigi Antonelli, CEO Angelini Pharma, and Moz Afzal, Global Chief Investment Officer of EFG, tell how to promote equality and inclusion in a company and how social taxonomy can be integrated in investment processes and choices.
We know that companies that are committed to foster diversity, equity and inclusion in the workplace do gain a competitive advantage over their peers, so we can really describe it as a business imperative. And as you may know, diversity really is a very powerful lever that fosters strategic discussions, creates an innovative approach on problem solving, so it's really a strong driver for innovation, and innovation by itself really impacts positively performance, resulting of course into a very positive impact on the bottom line of a company.
We are not listed as a company, right? Angelini Pharma is part of a group and we are not listed, but the approach that we've been having has been always to, at least my approach with my leadership team, is to behave, having worked for over 25 years in multinationals, like we would be a listed company. And therefore there are certain elements which has to do with sustainable development and growth, which are linked to our ability, and that's what we are trying to measure ourselves.
There are many, many challenges when you're implementing your investment strategy, shaping your investment strategy, shaping the way that you essentially make your decisions around investments. Regulation is certainly coming along. It is a driver for us to guide in terms of our future policies. The big challenge here is that up until now, you've been very open to interpretation. Actually will help investment managers, and more importantly, from an investment perspective, help clients to understand what we are aiming for. So I think that guidepost is very good. I think though there is too much rigidity. I'm a fund manager after all. Too much rigidity is also not so great because it doesn't allow you too much flexibility.
In the last 2 years, issues of social bonds and impact bonds has grown strongly, reflecting the greater attention of investors. The result is a request for disclosure by companies, which allows responsible investment choices to be made, also on the basis of information regarding social issues. At the end of the event, Alessia Stopper, member of the Gamma Foundation, explained why Gamma Foundation historically focused on theoretical academic conference has changed in recent years.
We decided to keep the original pioneering spirit of Gamma, which is to promote the development of research and knowledge in different fields that are not yet considered enough by the public opinion. Yet we refocus all this from a more academic orientation to a focus which privileges tangible aspects that influence everyday business and life. This does not mean that the academic side is not considered, but it's just more balanced in order to meet the interest and expectation of a wider audience, now reachable thanks to the new digital communication tools. We decided also to involve entrepreneurs and executives of several companies in the same panel in order to integrate the practical views on the topics.